Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Come on in, y'all. Happy Monday. It's weird. It's like July 4th weekend, but not quite. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to start y'all off with the positive vibes of the day because that's what I do. Because I always say, what is going to be a what?
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun.
Hey.
Step two, get some good, some food in you.
What?
Step three, be grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Hey.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the
I know
clouds.
you too, AFC.
They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
So what we do?
Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself the foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake
I'm doing
up,
the best I
today's gonna be
can.
a good
That's
day.
right. Today's gonna be a good day.
Today's
I
gonna be a
say
good
it.
day. Wake
Good
up,
morning,
today's
Shirley.
gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's 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 gonna be a good day. Wake up, really gonna rap the song. Step two, get some good, some food in you.
Hey.
Grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Touring the AFC South. I am in the same position you are. I am working today, but the market closes. So Wall Street, New York Stock Exchange closes at 1 o'clock today. So after 1 o'clock, I'm out. I even went into my calendar. I had a meeting on my boss's calendar for 3 o'clock today. I was like, oh, fuck no, hell to the no. I made it for 10 o'clock. So I definitely need to be off this show before then because I want to get that meeting out the way and I want to start my days off because I woke up this morning, the sun was shining bright, bright, bright. And I had a plan in my head as to what I was going to do today. Where's Miss Theodora Carter? Because I got to say, I got to book my ticket today for North Carolina to go see Theo. So I know I need to do that. But the sun was shining and I had a plan for today because you know me, I love water. And so if the sun come back out and it stays steady out and it stay hot outside, I'm going to do a pool day. I'm going to lounge by the pool, freshen up this tan a little bit, get some vitamin D, There's multiple ways to get D. That's one of them. I'm just saying. What? Literally, we have a full moon in Capricorn today. So, Shirley, what does that mean? What does that mean for us Capricorns out here in these streets? Please tell me, what does that mean? A full moon in Capricorn? Is that good? Tell me, please. I need some good news. because I'm trying to do all these trips and shit, and money is like, where you going again? My money looking at me sideways. So what does that full moon in Capricorn mean? Tell me. Before we get into the topic, because y'all can see what the topic is today, we're going to read the positive thought. That's a given, right? We are in the month of July. All right. The topic today is, who taught you manners? I know it's a very simple topic, and some of y'all are like, what? But you know what? We take this shit for granted, all right? We're going to get into this. Who taught you manners, right? Light topic. It might get a little deep. Who knows? We'll see, right? But before I even get into the positive thought and the topic of the day, you know me, I always do, you know, recaps of things that's going on. Come on, y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave this announcement for last because not enough of y'all are on yet. But anybody hear about the UFO sighting in California? Now, I have a friend that's really into UFOs, and he even goes to UFO conventions. Like, he's really into this alien shit. And listen, I'm not doubting nobody's beliefs, right? But did y'all see on the news the UFO shit that happened in California? Now, normally I'll be like, come the fuck on, right? But I looked this story up myself. It's on ABC Channel 7 News. It's on all the news outlets. This is a real story, y'all. This is a true story. This is not no, what they used to call them, F-Files? What's that shit that used to come on? X-Files or whatever the case may be, right? This ain't no TV show. Bears, wild dog, deer, and my wife. I'm dead. Hillbilly, I'm dead. Okay. But there was a UFO landing in someone's backyard in California. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm going to read that. In California. The people on call the cops, but two other strange people had showed up after the crash had happened, and it was not the police. And so that was weird. But if you look up the story, the people that live in the house said they heard this crash. Now, I had to Google it because my nail tech came here Saturday morning, and she was telling me about it. And you know me, I got to Google and get to the news source, like some reputable news sources. And she was right. It was on all our news outlets, right? They interviewed the family. They had the camera showing what happened the night when the cops came to the house. The people that lived in the house said they heard a crash. They went in their backyard, right? There was two tall figures. He said they were not fucking human. They were real fucking tall, like 8 feet tall. And they had big fucking eyes. Did y'all hear this? Y'all can stop right now and Google this shit if y'all don't believe me, because I don't want y'all on the sideline sipping y'all coffee laughing at me, because I Googled the shit and the shit was real. Now, pieces of this UFO is on these people property. Do y'all believe that there's other life out there somewhere? I'm just asking. Or do you really think we're the only ones? I'm asking. Oh, there's something else I learned. Good morning, Aquanda. Well, Cheryl Lee, I'm asking, right? Because, I always ask these questions. Cheryl Lee said, I don't understand why people only think that they're composed. There can be other forms. There can possibly be other forms of life on other planets. Yes. Why do people not believe that? Hillbilly say, yes, life exists in other places. Why do people not believe that? It's almost the same thing as when you tell somebody, I saw an evil spirit or somebody is possessed. No, they put you on the 6th floor in the hospital. They say you have schizophrenia. They say you have some kind of mental issue. They never believe that you're possessed. They never believe you saw something evil. Nobody ever wants to believe that aspect of life. Nobody wants to believe that there's extraterrestrial beings out there. Maybe we the fucking ETs. I don't fucking know. right? But this shit really happened in California. And I want to say this, y'all. What if that shit happened to y'all? What if some shit landed in your backyard and you had to go out there and you saw 8-foot tall things with big fucking eyes? How would you handle that? But you know the most magnificent thing about this, y'all? These people saw these these physical beings, right? And these physical beings didn't harm them. They didn't harm them. They left. Now, Lord knows how they fucking left because the spaceship crumbled in the person's backyard. So where the fuck are these 8-foot aliens walking around? Good morning, Lola Bunny. Man, the shit that make me scratch my head. And look at the places that it happens in California. It always happens in like California or the Midwest. You know, UFOs don't be dropping down in the South Bronx talking about what's up. You know what, AFC? You know what? Because some of these motherfuckers act like aliens. I know that shit is right. So AFC, I'm going to believe that. AFC said there's probably aliens walking among us. And you know what? I'm not going to doubt that because some of y'all motherfuckers be acting kind of weird. I'm just saying, y'all. This is some interesting shit. You know, we watch a lot of sci-fi shit, but how much sci-fi shit have you watched that has not come to fruition? How much sci-fi shit have y'all watched that has not come to fruition? Every quarantine zombie movie we've seen has been based on some fucking virus. And here we were locked down for 2 years over a pandemic. You know what? I believe in hillbilly. Elon Musk is an alien. You saw his new shit on Twitter. I don't fuck with Twitter. I have a Twitter account, but I barely use it. I only peek at it when somebody make a comment. I don't use it. I don't leverage it for my business. Nothing. Elon Musk, he put some shit up there. He put post limitations based on your account for Twitter. I'm like, who fucking cares? Like, Elon, you got so much time on your hands that you worrying about how many comments people make on Twitter. Who fucking cares? Wait, wait, but we don't want him either, AFC. Shit, somebody got to claim Elon Musk. The fuck? Okay, Hillbilly say Elon is set to fight Mark Zuckerberg, who is a reptilian. Oh, Lord. So what is it going to be like, Godzilla versus Mothra up in this bitch? He is ruining Twitter, AFC. That's why I don't even fuck with Twitter. I don't fuck with Twitter at all. Like, none of it. None of it. I have no interest in Twitter at all. Especially since during the pandemic, did y'all notice that Twitter was a porn site? I'm not saying anything against the LGBTQ population because I know, people get, take offense at some stuff, but I'm not trying to be offensive, but God dang it. Y'all were all over Twitter naked as fuck. The men, especially the men, the LGBTQ, but the men, they were up there fucking during the pandemic, no mask, posting their horny fuck videos up on Twitter. Twitter was a hot spot during the pandemic. I was like, whoa, the fuck? And I only knew because somebody put me onto it. They were like, look at these, the men are fucking each other and they're posting it on Twitter. And I was like, whoa, I can't even say certain words on Facebook and IG and TikTok without being banned or warned or put in jail for some matter of days. But Twitter had whole porn shit going on. What the fuck is going on? Cheryl Lee said, with the vast universe and billions of galaxies having billions of stars, there could be other planets supporting life. I agree with that. I mean, shit, let me go up and find out what we doing in Capricorn though. All right. Cheryl Lee said, for anybody that has a Capricorn on here, like, I care. Super full moon in Capricorn, July 3rd at 7:39 a.m. Oh shit, that must be why I got on my bike this morning and did 3 classes. What? Super full moon reveal and release. Supermoon because it's at its closest orbit to the Earth, so it appears larger and intensifies the energy. Yes, that's why I was on my bike this morning. Give me all that energy. Yes, Capricorn being in full moon, I feel it. I feel it. Good morning, Pat. I feel that shit. I feel that shit. All right, so I wanted to talk about that UFO landing, an alien sighting that happened in California. People, I don't know what y'all believe, but I believe there's other life than us. And you know what? I hope there's other life than us, because this shit right here is fucked up. I keep calling for ET to come and get me. I could learn some extraterrestrial. What they eat. I cooked saltfish for the first time this weekend. I did. And you know, it gave me a level of confidence, because y'all know, I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, but I'm pretty sure I did. Ackee and saltfish is my favorite, one of my favorite meals, okay? And but if you're not from Jamaica, everybody don't throw the ackee in there, right? So if you're from other islands, Trinidad, Grenada, the fuck, one of them, St. Thomas, whatever, you might not throw no ackee in your saltfish. But now I have the confidence to go and get my own saltfish, boil up my own shit, because I boil up my own shit with some ackee and shit. I'm gonna fix that shit up. The only thing I need to learn, y'all, and this is, you know, and I've always had West Indian men. I should know how to fucking make a dumpling by now. You love Lola, baby. That's my favorite meal. And you know, for years, good morning, Theo. For years, my ex made it for me. Like, even when we broke up, if he came to New York, New Jersey area, he would make that shit for me. Clive, y'all know McClive on here. He came over to my house a couple of months ago and he made that shit for me. We just friends. We not fucking. But I'm greedy, right? I'm waiting for him to come back and make me some fish, right? But now I think I could do it myself. So I was told to watch a YouTube video to learn how to make fucking dumpling, right? I don't know how to knead flour and shit. You just put a little bit of water in the flour, right? And mix it up and let it sit with maybe a little bit of salt. I like mine with a little bit of cornmeal. So I'm going to try the shit. I'm going to try it, but I like my dumpling tight, like tight and thick, you know, dense. I like my dumpling like that. I don't want no. So I'm going to try it. I already know how to boil the bananas. I don't really know how to fucking pick the yam, the white yam or the yellow yam. And I don't know how to pick the sweet potato. I do know how to pick the pumpkin. So one day I'm going to throw the fuck down in here with some ackee and saltfish cooked by R.A. the fuck W. I'm going to do it, y'all. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right. And so that was one of the things that I dipped my toe in this weekend, cooking saltfish. And I was good. I could have boiled the saltfish one more time, but that's all right. If you make provisions like the dumplings and shit, and you don't add salt to your shit, it'll balance it out. All right. Another topic I want to bring up before I get into the positive thoughts. So the Canada fires, what is this I'm hearing about the air quality from the Canada fires increases your chances of getting COVID-19? I hear people going around talking about a vaccine. Are they still talking about the COVID-19 vaccine, or is there a new vaccine that's out? Because somebody did text me the other day or commented on the show, and I completely forgot to visit that statement where somebody asked me, am I getting this vaccine or this booster? What is this new vaccine people are talking about? I'm not getting it, but what is it? Because I'm sick of these shits now. I had the vaccine. I took 3 shots already for COVID. The 2 initial shots and the booster, and that's where I'm leaving it. The fuck? Is there another vaccine floating around out here? Does anybody know? I'm not interested. Another topic I heard, the internet. Did y'all hear that with all the storms and shit that we are going through, that the satellites and all that shit that operate our internet might be impacted by some kind of geostorm or some storm, and we might lose internet for some months or years. What would y'all do without internet? Well, first of all, we wouldn't be having coffee with fucking friends. What would y'all do without the internet? They're talking about if they lose the satellite or whatever that's controlling the internet out there in space, we could be without internet for months, even years. What the fuck would y'all do? That would affect work. That would affect everything. What? Like that would literally shut the country down. Like it's bigger than just having to go into the office for work. It's all of your applications, how people connect. Forget about this. Right, the cell phones is one thing, but what about your job? What about the network? What about your VPN services? What about that? Vendor connectivity. Right? We would have to go back to hard wiring, but are we, forget about the individual households, are these companies prepared if we lose internet? Right, they be running around sticking phones back on your desk. Are we prepared? Are we prepared for some shit like that? Mm. How long would it take us to go backwards? Oh, right. That part, AFC. That part. It would be hard for those with sneaky links to carry on with no internet. That part. That fucking part. That fucking part. Just something to think about. And the last thing I stumbled across, Caucasian. Who uses the word Caucasian to apply to all white folk? Hillbilly, right? I'd be scared. Paying your bills. We'd have to go back to licking envelopes and mailing them shits out. How many of you consider Caucasians white people? All white people. Do you apply the statement of Caucasians to all white people? Because I saw a post, I don't know who follows Shaka Bars on IG, but he's very interesting. He posts a lot of knowledgeable stuff about Africa. He does a lot of community service in Africa and other countries, and other countries, continents. Well, no, continent of Africa he's in mostly, but he does travel to other countries like Jamaica and stuff like that. But within Africa, he hops around to the various countries within Africa, and he does a lot of service with the animals and with the people in the communities, right? Yes, hillbilly, you better, hillbilly, you fucking better, you better. But it's not, listen, did y'all know, look what hillbilly just put. A lot of people go around just calling white people Caucasians, but that's not the case, y'all. Right? I learned something this morning. That Caucasian is actually a culture of people in the Caucasus regions of America. Right? And these people that live in the Caucasus regions of America, some of these Caucasians study Muslim Islam, like they follow Islamic belief, right? Some of them are aligned with Middle Eastern, some of them are aligned with Chinese cultures. They are from the Caucasus region in America. They that is different from white, right? But so many years ago, as always, like white motherfuckers do, right? They go to these places, right? And they take over, and they considered they took the word Caucasian to eliminate so many different pockets of explaining the various cultures. But Caucasians is not just simply white. Caucasians is a culture from the Caucasus region of America. I just learned that shit, y'all. Hillbilly. You already knew, right? They're different. They're not just white. They're Caucasian people, the culture Caucasian from the Caucasus region. Okay? The Europeans are white, right? But they went over there to these Caucasus regions and just assumed Caucasian as a white terminology. I'm going to study more into that because that is very interesting. I'd like to learn more about the Caucasus people because that is really interesting. I vaguely remembered when I passed this post. I was like, oh yeah, there is a, but then I forgot about it. I didn't study my own culture deep enough to be worried about what Caucasian really is, but it's interesting. All right, so I want to throw it out there because, as we are learning, as we are growing, this is a part of learning. I learned some shit today. Ask the European whites, they'll let you know where they are from, define their culture. Yeah, good morning, Valerie. White and black wasn't used until the 1700s. That part. Oh, and the other thing about being black, y'all, as I learned from Shaka Bar's post, Somalians. Did y'all know Somalians in Africa, right? They were having a debate with another culture in Africa. I forget, I don't want to mess it up, right? But Somalians were saying they don't even use the terminology black, right? They are Somalians, right? They're not black. They don't consider themselves black. They consider themselves based on their culture. They said black was something that was defined way after, like Hillbilly is saying, we didn't use black until 1700s. But these people in Africa, some of the cultures and the tribes don't consider themselves black. Not that they consider themselves white, they just consider themselves Somalian or whatever culture or tribe they are associated with. It makes fucking sense to me. But because somebody wanted to just be cookie cut and go black, white, Chinese, somebody bucketed us into these little categories. Yes, Pat, come through with the fucking knowledge. I'm learning this shit. Pat said Caucasus Mountains form a border between Russia to the north, Georgia to the south. Look these motherfuckers up. Learned something today or yesterday when I passed through it. All right. And so, it's just different things to learn. Somalians don't consider themselves black. Caucasus people don't consider themselves white. They are listen, claim your fucking culture. Us black Americans, we ain't got no fucking culture. We just black Americans. Well, not all. Well, the ones from the Caribbean got a culture because they're Jamaican or they're whatever, right? But motherfuckers like me, born in the South Bronx, I'd be like, what the fuck am I? Black American homeless. The fuck? Got family in Barbados, don't know them motherfuckers. Got family, got family in Bermuda. I do know them. But I'm from here, y'all. This is my home. Shirley said culture is diverse and there be so many of them in racial and ethnic groups. Yes. Yes. All right, y'all. One more announcement and then I'm going into the positive thought as it is 8:30. Oh my God. Let me do something real quick, y'all, because I got to make sure I got to make sure that I'm on it. Okay. 37 more days. Okay? 37 to summer soiree, y'all. All right? 37 more days to summer soiree. Okay, I think we got all the people that are going. Everybody that said they were going, their money is in. People are almost paid up. This is the week, y'all. Today is July 3rd. We have 3 more days for, to get our monies in or whatever, however many days you and the travel agent worked out. But within the next week or so, itineraries will be sent out. So tonight, I am going to clean up my itinerary, get it over to Travel Joy so that once you guys are paid up in full, she will not only send you your electronic itinerary, you will also get the Coffee with Friends itinerary of activities that's going to be happening while we are there. Now, y'all, I ain't ready. But I'm going to get ready. Y'all going to have patience with me, right? Listen, I'm going to make this the best I can make it. This is my first international, Coffee with Friends trip. And I'm going to make it the best I can, y'all. All right. And as each year and as each trip gets planned, I will get better at this. All right. Believe that. So we have an itinerary, 8/10, day of arrival in Cancun, y'all. All right. Day of arrival. Ensure we got each other's hotel rooms, ensure we're registered for our trip back to the airport so we don't have to fucking worry about that for the rest of our trip, and discuss and lock down the excursion that we are going to go on. And then the rest of the affairs and the events will take off from there. Remember, everybody, I will be sending out an email, right? Letting you guys know, giving you some suggestions on what to pack, right? As always, the safest thing is bring something white, all white. Bring something all white as a safety measure, because whatever theme I throw together, it'll go with white. All right. So bring something white. I had to dig out something white for myself. Okay. Bring something white. All right. And what else? That's it. That's the fuck it. All right. Bring your fucking energy. Leave your judgment at fucking home. Okay. And listen, and don't bring none of that business from the resort back the fuck here. Leave it there. Right? Leave it there. Because if anybody encroaches on anybody's privacy, you will not be allowed on my next trip. And you don't want that. We will not take your money. Yes, I am Jacinta. That shit is fire. Listen, that shit look fire. And the reason why I want to dip my toe in that resort, I am Jacinta, because it's new. And I want to get it before it get raggedy. If it ever get raggedy, I don't know. But I want to get in while everything is new. And yes, the reviews are fire. People say that it's more elevated than the other reuse. We're going to get there and get rowdy. I don't give a fuck. They even though it's an upscale resort, they still do the foam party. Hey, Robert. Good morning. They still do the foam in the pool. We're going to have a good time, y'all. All right. So bring your aloe vera for those that fucking get sunburned. Okay. I wonder if I can just carry, I probably can. I'm going to cut my aloe vera plant, wrap it in plastic and shit, and just throw it in my bag because, and carry a little scissor because, I know I'm going to need some aloe vera. So I'm going to bring a long aloe vera. I'm going to cut up some pieces and bring that shit so I can rub it on my body. Okay. So we're going to have a good time, y'all. I ordered some bathing suits yesterday. Yeah. I'm so fucking excited. I ordered like 4 more bathing suits because I feel like this. I'm going to be in bathing suit all day. Don't fucking judge me. I'm going to be in a bathing suit all day with some cover up and some flip flops. That's it. That's the fuck all. I have resorted to no longer packing heels on trips. I don't need to be in high heel shoes. I don't. I'm on vacation. I'm enjoying myself. All right. I'm not packing no heels. Everything going to be flat. Everything's going to be comfortable. And mostly I'm going to be in my bathing suit and a cover up except for fucking dinner. Even when we go on that catamaran ride, I'm going to be in my bathing suit. If we decide to do ATV, I might still be in my bathing suit and some shorts, depending on if the ATV is taking us swimming. I ain't packing not a fucking heel. Y'all could do what you want. But this, for me, is vacation and relaxation. I used to be that person to pack heels and shit and be all dressed up at the resort. No more. Because 9 times out of 10, we going to be walking along the sand most of the time. What the fuck you need heels for? Leave them shits home. Bathing suits and cover-ups. Your suitcase should not be heavy. The fuck? I'm just saying. Let's get to the positive thought of the day, y'all. July is the month of understanding, and Lord knows I need a lot of that. The fuck? What is today? July 3rd? Damn. Summer trying to fly by. Fuck summer. This is ridiculous. Winter dragged this ass and took fucking forever, and now summer want to fly by. We already in July? This is ghetto. July 3rd. I will gain more understanding when I realize I cannot forget my pain or bury what is unpleasant. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for this. Okay? There are some things we believe we have forgotten and other things we choose not to remember. The truth is, these are one and the same. When we are not ready to face a situation, or if we believe it is unimportant, we put it out of our minds. We call it forgetting. A better choice of words would be we choose not to remember it. The choice may be conscious or unconscious, but it is a choice. Forgetting is the defense mechanism we use to eliminate or avoid pain. It is an escape route we use when we fail to honor our commitments. At times, we choose to forget in an effort to protect or defend ourselves from those things and people that drain our energy. In some cases, we choose to forget to protect someone else. Whatever we choose to call it, or whenever we do it, chances are the things we forget are also the things we want to avoid. It is quite common to get caught up in doing something to the point of forgetting you have made a commitment to do something else. It is more common that you really forget the things that are important to you. When you are stressed or pressured, you are likely to forget. The question is, why are you pushing yourself? Is it possible that you are keeping yourself so busy to avoid thinking about the things you really want to forget? Yes, to forget is human, but it is not divine. The truth is we are too divine to forget. You also have the divine power to move through all the things you would rather not remember. Until today, you may have been unaware of your ability to remember and deal with all things. Just for today, be devoted to remembering all there is to know about you. As you remember, make a commitment to honor everything about you. Wow. Today, I am devoted to opening the bank of my memory to make withdrawals and deposits that honor me. Wow. What are some of the things that you try to forget due to pain? Things that you push to the back of your mind, things that you don't want to deal with on a regular basis. All right? This says, deal with them. It is not divine to forget. Right? That's deep. There's a lot of things that I push to the back of my mind that I don't want to deal with. Right? But it doesn't give me peace. So I understand this. Right? It says it is not divine to forget because it does us no good. Because even though we push it to the back of our mind, when there are things or events, at least for me, that remind me of those things, it gives me a cringe like, oh my God, I don't want to think about it. And I have to go back to pushing it to the back of my head. It gives me no peace. Right? Almost like that story I told y'all about Spring Valley. I've been pushing that to the back of my head for years and for years and for years and for years. And it never gave me peace. Right? And then when I expressed it out loud, a sense of peace came over me. It was like, oh my God, it was like a weight that was lifted. And I no longer felt like I needed to fake the funk for anybody. Perfect example. My aunt just had an 80th birthday party. I didn't go. I saw the email. I didn't even respond. Not because I don't love my aunt, because I do love my aunt, right? Her kids I'm not loving, right? And so for the first time, I looked at that email and I was like, I don't feel guilty, right? And I saw pictures on the internet and my aunt looked beautiful. And this is not personal to her, but I put me first now, right? And I no longer want to be around people that don't love up on me. And I'm not saying my cousins don't love up on me because they were traumatized just like me, most likely. But I don't care. They have to deal with their trauma just like I have to deal with mine. And so this is how I'm dealing with it. And it's not that I don't care, but I can't assume their pain. Right? And so there was a sense of peace knowing that, damn, I didn't respond to the birthday invite. And I don't care. I didn't feel guilty for the first time in my life. I didn't feel like I had to fake the funk. Right? I don't have to push shit in the back of my mind. I'm still learning. There's a lot of shit still sitting in the back of my mind that I'm still trying to go back and visit. Right? But I'm telling you, each time I pick one of these motherfuckers from the back of my mind and bring it to the front and I deal with it out loud, it brings a sense of peace. For me anyway. You know? For me anyway. Touring the AFC, I know, right? Touring the AFC said, if you pack in all swimsuits, Robin, then you need to just do a carry-on bag with them little bitty swimsuits. Oh, you saw my swimsuits? Because you know they're going to be little bitty. You know, I know I'm shady a little bit, right? I'm shady just a little bit. Because, you know, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, when I post my pictures and shit, right, I watch the people that jump in my inbox and be like, where'd you get that bathing suit from? Or where'd you get? I don't even respond. You know why? Not because I'm trying to keep it a secret where I get my shit from, right? But the people that inbox me to ask me where I get my shit from don't ever like any of my other posts. Don't support nothing I do, right? And these are sometimes family members. But you'll jump in my inbox because you saw I posted in an outfit you liked. And you inbox me and you go, hey, where did you get that outfit from? I used to respond, y'all. Now I don't respond to shit. No. Well, oh, you want to know where I get my outfit from? So you saw that post? And I know that's just a little bit petty, but no, fuck that. That tells me something, right? That tells me that you watch me, you don't support me, but you want to dress like me. No. Do like I did. Google around and search for the shit that you the fuck want to find out where I get it from. The fuck? Now, if you you rocking with me and we communicate on a regular basis and you call me or you inbox me, you be like, yo, Roy, where you get that from? I might tell you because we rock the fuck out on a regular basis. You not just know peeping Tom on my page and only wanting to inbox me when you want to know where I get something from. I know, listen, this is why motherfuckers stop talking to me because of this show. Because they be like, I know she talking about me, so I'm not going to fuck with that bitch. I don't care. Like, I am so authentic. I am so me. I fucking am. I'm so authentic and so me. Like, the fuck, don't come peeking on my page and only asking me where I get my clothes from. I'm not answering. Now, to Jacinta And to tour in the AFC South, yes, the reason why I can't just carry a carry-on bag is because I got to carry the gifts, the games, the this, the that, right? Because I'm the host. So I got to carry shit. So I got to carry a check on, but it's not going to be bad though. At least I know my bag is not going to be heavy because most of the shit in there is going to be gift bags and the games and the shit like that, right? Because I got to bring shit, you know? That's the only reason why I have a check on. And my cosmetics are normally bigger than a little bottle. So I need to, my suntan lotion and all that shit goes in there. Yeah. All right. So what is today's topic? Who taught you manners? What made me bring this topic to a head, right? It's a very simple question, right? But so many people get irritated when you tell them to exercise their manners. How did y'all learn manners? Was manners taught to you like when you were growing up? Or did you just happen to learn manners by watching other people? How did you learn manners? Simple things like, excuse me, right? Thank you, please, opening and closing doors for the ladies or elders, saying fucking hello. Like, where did you learn these manners? And I know you probably like, why is this even a topic? Because, it makes my ass itch when people get irritated when you ask them to exercise manners. And so I want to know why people get irritated when you ask them to exercise manners. Like if somebody is walking and they do something stupid, like brush against me or push me out the way or something like that, and I turn around and I go, well, damn, you could have said, excuse me. And they looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. Like, yo, am I wrong? I'm just trying to fucking figure out where we exercising manners. Or if I hold the door for you and you walk the fuck in and never say, thank you. And then when I scream, you're welcome, people looking at me like I'm ghetto. Why am I ghetto? Because I screamed, you're fucking welcome, to let the person know, bitch, you could have said thank you. Right? Just the other day, I'm calling motherfuckers out. I don't care. I sent my goddaughter money through Cash App because, that's the thing. People ask for money through Cash App and shit like that. I'm calling her out. Right? I didn't get one text yet to say thank you. You know who thanked me? Her mama. No, that's wrong, y'all. Teach your fucking kids to say thank you when people give them stuff and when people do stuff. I'm like really big on that. And a lot of my friends or people that know me, sometimes they be like, well, damn, Robin, you kind of hard. No, fuck that. If I give you something and you're a grown ass woman, your mama and your daddy don't have to thank me for shit. You should be thanking me because I didn't send it to your mama's Cash App. I sent it to your fucking Cash App. Why I didn't get a text or a call that said thank you? But then people get irritated when you call them to the carpet. They be like, oh my God, you're making a big deal out of it. No, bitch, you need to learn manners. And so guess what? I ain't never sending no more money. Teach your fucking kids manners. Learn manners, adults. Say thank you. I don't give a fuck. Don't ever take people for granted for what they do for you. I don't give a shit if it's your daughter, if it's your son, if it's your mama, if it's your grandparents. If these motherfuckers are doing something for you, say thank you. Say please. Why do people get irritated when you ask them to exercise their fucking manners? Okay, Theo said, I was taught when interrupting a conversation, say excuse me. How many of y'all have been around your friends? This is one of the things my friends used to hate about me. Because I had my son early. And so my friends, they had their children at normal ages. So, but I'm hanging out with them. My son is grown and they got little kids. And I've never been one, and my best friend Doris can tell you, I've never been one to deal with rude ass kids. Like, I don't fucking like rude ass kids. I don't. I don't. I don't. Right? And so one of the things with me is if I'm hanging around you and your children don't say excuse me and just start talking in the middle of the conversation unless they 2 years old or 3 maybe. Other than that, when your children interrupt an adult conversation and the parent does not turn around and tell the child to say, excuse me, you see mommy talking? I'm side-eyeing the parent. Because right then and there, you're not teaching your kids manners. And then you want to know when they become teenagers, they don't know how to say fucking excuse me and fucking thank you. Robert said grandmoms, aunts, uncles, older cousins, other folks, all the way into my 30s, even late 30s, taught me manners. Theo said to call my elders by Miss or Mr. Oh my. Some of my friends' kids, they used to be like, why can't they used to be like, hi, Robin. I wouldn't answer them motherfuckers. And then I was like, it's Miss Robin. And they were like, well, why I got, because you're a child. And you know what's so fucked up? The mama should have said it. I shouldn't ever have to tell your kid to call me Miss Robin. You should be telling your kid how to address elders. And if you don't feel that your children should be addressing these elders by Ms. or Mr. or ma'am or whatever the fuck, then I blame the parent. Yes, Shirley, it teaches them to be grateful in life. Mika said my fucking coworker does that shit. It pisses me the fuck off. Right. Now, at what point in your life does it become your responsibility to learn manners? Because I know a lot of grown motherfuckers and I be scratching my head like, yo, like maybe your mama didn't teach you manners, but at what point do you realize I don't have no fucking manners and I need to learn? Like your coworker, Mika. Like, what the fuck? Theo said, I was told, and when I forgot what I was taught, I got called out or got the look. Y'all know that look. I know it well. I know it well. One of the things my grandmother always said to me, she said, I had 5 children, 1 girl and 4 boys. And you know how motherfuckers don't want you coming over their house with all your kids when you got a bunch of kids like that because they're going to break something. She said, nah, her kids have fucking manners and they sat the fuck down. Okay, I remember. Oh my God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. The fuck, I love y'all though. I remember my stepson. When they started first coming to my house, he would jump on my furniture. Him and the little one jump on my furniture. And I'd be like, wait a fuck minute. The fuck? Stop jumping on my furniture. And I said, I promise y'all this is exactly what I said. I said, I know y'all lying. I know your mama don't let y'all jump on her furniture at home. Don't come in my house jumping on my furniture. Sit down. You know what he said to me? He said, my mama lets me jump on the furniture. And you know what I said to him? I said, okay, I can understand that. Look at your mama's house and look at my house. My house don't look like I let motherfuckers jump on furniture. Yours does. Sit down. But I shouldn't have had to say it. The daddy should have came out and been like, are y'all fucking crazy? But see, he used to live in the house with the mama that let them jump on the couch. So maybe he didn't mind it either. But nah. Manners. And then get an attitude because I ask your children or a whole adult to exercise some fucking manners. Why do we get mad, y'all, when somebody asks you to exercise manners? Why do people get mad? I've even heard people tell somebody, well, damn, you could have said, excuse me, and the other person be like, fuck you. Why you say fuck you? I'm lost. Okay, Hillbilly said manners are different from men to men and men to women. Explain, Hillbilly. I need to know what that means. What does that mean? Manners are different from men to men and men to women. What does that mean? I want to know because I'm certainly not a man. So I want to fucking know. Yes, sir, no, sir. That part, Robert, where the fuck are the manners? You see how these kids talk these days? Mika said he said his parents didn't teach him to say excuse me when people are talking. Okay, so that's why I asked the question that I asked. At what fucking point in your life as an adult do you fucking have to teach yourself manners and stop using the excuse that your mama didn't teach you how to say excuse me? Like for me, I don't remember exactly being taught manners, right? I think that I was taught manners, absolutely, because I have manners. But I don't remember sitting down like it was a class. It was like, they corrected me as I went along in life. Like if I interrupted somebody, say, excuse me. Okay, so now I know I got to say, excuse me. If I went to call somebody, miss, Mr., ma'am, sir. Right? This is how I navigated through life. And so I passed this on to my son. So when he be talking, I'll be like, uh-uh, uh-uh. Right? So in a sense, I learned manners throughout my years from a child, right? And hopefully I pass that on to my kid. But at what point in your life do you say to yourself, well, damn, I don't have no fucking manners. I need to learn manners. Anybody on here check themselves and said, I don't have manners? Be real with yourself. Because I know a lot of motherfuckers that don't have manners. And it baffles me. Theo said, I am to the look I got said, wait until I have a moment. Your ass is mine. Right. Because if we did not have manners or we didn't exercise manners, it embarrassed the fuck out of our parents. I am Jacinta said, when my cousins came down from the city, my grandma used to get them together with that look. You know what? My grandmother had a saying, right? Before we went out, her thing was, and this saying passed down through generations. My son uses this saying to this day. She used to say, I'm going to read you, you're desperate. Right before we left the house to go to Woolworth, yes, Woolworth, okay, or the Five and Dime or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, right? That's when Woolworth, they used to go and have the milkshakes and the chicken wings and shit at Woolworth at the counter and then shop. They used to have the shoes on the tables and shit like that. And before we went out, she used to be like, I'm going to read you, you're desperate. She said, you embarrass me, I embarrass you. Okay? And she wasn't the fuck playing. One time I was in Woolworth and I showed the fuck out. And she said, oh, you showing out after I read you, you're desperate? She picked up one of them shoes on the table and slapped me with it. She said, I told you, you embarrass me, I embarrass you. I ain't never did that shit again. And didn't nobody in Woolworth call CPS or the Popo. I took that fucking slap and everybody else the fuck kept going and minded their business. I ain't never did it again. And when I had my son and she took my son out to the store, Woolworth was no longer there. She read him his desperate. Okay? Rules. Have fucking manners. Don't fucking act up. If you do, you're going to get slapped where you stand. Period. Shoe off the table in Woolworth or wherever the fuck we at. She slap you with whatever she can find. The fuck? It mainly is a shoe, a slipper or some shit. She ain't fuck around like that. Yes, Lola Bunny, everything starts at home. I am Jacinta said, and my sisters and brothers be warning them like the next time will not be a look. Oh my God, I am Jacinta. Right, right. But you know, times have changed, I am Jacinta. Times have definitely changed. I remember the time that, I had my grandson and, you know, I scolded him for something. Right now, I'm his grandmother. I scolded him. I did. Now, anybody that knows me knows that don't fuck with my grandkids. I will fuck you up, right? I love my grandkids, and can't nobody ever say that I put my grandkids in harm's way. But what the one thing that I've learned is that times have changed, and people want to know why we don't have the village raising our kids anymore. That's because people are different these days, right? I had my grandson and I scolded him. And I remember he was upset, right? And I remember getting a phone call from his mother who told me don't ever put my hands on her son. Now, I didn't beat him. I tapped him, right, to get his attention. And she said, don't ever put my hands on her son. And so that's when I realized that times change because, my grandmother, like, I don't ever remember my parents ever worried about my grandmother harming me. Like when your grandmother, when you're relying upon the grandparents to step in and help you navigate with these children, of course, there's going to come a time when the grandmother might need to scold these children. And I hit that crossroad where times have changed. Like today's mothers, they don't, the grandmother has a role, but it's different, and so fuck, grandma mamas don't give them same looks these days no more, because we don't have the grandmothers of today don't get the same leverage as the grandmothers of yesterday, in my opinion. Right? Because I was shocked. Hillbilly said, wait, let me go up. Shirley said, what's done at home isn't carried over into someone else's home. Hey. Thank you, Shirley, because take that jumping on the furniture back over to your mama house. Okay? Hillbilly said, keeping things clean is manners for women. Guys go tell dirty jokes. Women are catered to. Men fuck with each other. You think so? Robert J said, my son's grown now. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. Or yes, Mr. or so-and-so. My grown son still say thanks. I appreciate it. Very considerate. Yes. Like when I have to tell grown people, well, did you say thank you? It irritates my whole ass, and then they get mad. Like, I was going to say thank you. When? When were you going to say it? Because the transaction already happened. So at what point were you going to say thank you? What point were you going to say, I appreciate it? Good morning, Si. That's when I be like, nope, I ain't doing shit for the motherfuckers no more. See, the old Robin used to continue to do. But now if I do something for you and you don't say thank you, fuck you. I'm not going to, no, don't ask me to do shit else for you. You're not going to take advantage of me. That's how I look at it. Learn some fucking manners. You said Woolworth, Sears and Robots, Kmart. Yep. Shirley said another saying people use to say is they have no home training. That part, that was an old saying. Yep. Shirley said the hitting aspect is viewed differently by parents of today. Some feel it stems from a slave mentality. Understand? I get it. But they hit. It was just me. It was the fact that I did it. Trust me. Theo said, when I was growing up on Boston Road in the Bronx, not you growing up on Boston Road in the Bronx where I used to get my fucking hair permed. The fuck? There were people in the village on the block that could reprimand and spank you, and you went home and got it again. The village kept us kids together. Period. Period. I told y'all the time I came strolling down 229th Street and everybody was standing outside my uncle's house. Because my mama said, fuck this. Somebody else gonna beat her ass today. Because somebody on the block, the village was watching us, and we got caught playing hooky because somebody's grandmother was on the bus, and she went and told my uncle and said, the village is watching. And we couldn't dare tell that old lady mind her fucking business. She was one of our respected grandmothers on the block. So when we saw her on the bus, when we saw her seeing us playing hooky, we knew we were going to get in trouble later. So you right, Theo. It used to be like that, but it's not like that anymore. And I understand why people don't trust other people, putting their hands on their kids. I get it. I absolutely get it. But I would never imagine, like my grandmother is not abusive. Now, if it was my mother's mother, that bitch would have put her hands on my kid. I might have second guessed her. Yeah, because I didn't like her because she was abusive. Now that's different, right? But I wouldn't leave my kid with her. Right? I wouldn't leave my kid with her. The topic is, who taught you manners, Sai? Why do people get offended when you ask them to exercise their fucking manners? Like, excuse me, please, ma'am, sir. Thank you. Like, I gave someone birthday money. They never even text me or call me to say thank you. Their mama said thank you, but I didn't send it to their mama. I sent it to the child. And the child is 20, what is it, 21, whatever the fuck, grown-ass person. Could have called and said thank you, but they didn't. And I'm calling them out on my show because that's just fucking rude. So I'm not sending no more money. That's what we talking about, Sai. That is the fuck what we talking about. Sai said, I'm not sure what we are talking about, but what I have a huge issue with these days is buying your raggedy ass gifts and the parent doesn't make sure the kid calls and say thank you. That part, that's what we talking about. And then get mad. Like, I call my grandbaby out on shit. My oldest one, listen, when the holidays come around, I'll be like, you better be getting me a Christmas gift. Because when I was growing up, I always made sure. Especially a gift from my grandmother, because that's where I lived. And being that, listen, my granddaughter, listen. And you better be saying thank you when I give you some shit. And please, I stay on her ass. And the little kids' ass too, because a lot of parents, they let their kids. This is another thing that irritates and scratches my ass. When you give a kid something or ask a child something and they do this. What the fuck is that? What's this? You got a mouth? Say yes, no, thank you, please. Not shaking your head and doing all of this. Because God damn it, when you on Roblox and when you arguing with your friends on Roblox, you use your mouth. So when you got these kids and you give them something and they just looking at you like a fucking zombie and you go, is this what you want? And they be like this. No, I be like, use your words. The parents be looking at me like I'm crazy. No, fuck that. Use your words and say, thank you, please, may I? Stop allowing your kids to shake their fucking heads. And stop allowing your kids to accept gifts and not say thank you. It just stinks. Irritates my ass. Simple shit. Okay? Simple shit. So I remember growing up and my parents would be like, when's the last time you called your grandma, granddad, auntie, uncle, or holidays? Come, they're like, you better make sure you call so-and-so. Now these parents have lost their art of parenting. It's so... Listen, this is why I had to fight my whole life with these grandbabies, right? Now, because my oldest one, every holiday when she was young, her mama didn't make sure that they got me a card. Or now mind you, I'm an active grandmother. I'm not like one of them grandmothers you see occasionally. I'm like the fucking kid almost live with me grandmother. Right? I'm the child support paying type grandmother, right? And so when a holiday come around, you as the parent should make sure that your kid gets a card. Like like, yo, like these people kill me. They don't make the kids, they don't have their kids call you and wish you a happy Mother's Day, wish you a Merry Christmas. Nothing. Nothing. What happened? We need to do better, people. We need to do better. So any of you motherfuckers on here that got small children that ain't been doing this, please do it. Please have your kids engage with family members that y'all are close to on the holidays. Please make sure they are saying, please, excuse me, thank you, ma'am, sir, Mr., Miss. We need to do better. We need to do better. Like, and I guess that was one of the things that I struggled with being a grandmother, right? Because, you know, it's not until this last year that I've learned to be a grandmother from a distance, right? Because I was one of them up close grandmothers, like real up close with the kids and shit like that. And I still I felt like for me, I still wasn't really living my life. I felt like my life was just work and being a grandmother. Right. And so I had to step back and say, I need to reclaim my life and live for me. Right. And when I started doing that, one of the things I realized is no matter how good of a grandmother I was, how engaged I was, when you no longer engage, you rely on the parents to make sure that the grandkids stay in touch with the grandparents. You do. Right? I don't remember my grandmother ever driving up and down the fucking highway to break her neck to come and see me. I remember my mother making sure she got on the fucking bus to take me to go see my grandmother, right? I don't remember my grandmother breaking her neck to do all of these things. To see her grandchildren. Her grandchildren came to her. Times have changed. Who taught you manners? And why do people get upset when manners are asked to be exercised? Where did we lose this shit? So I said, I've got one niece that I only get a text from on New Year's Eve night and a text on my birthday most times. So I've let it go. Talk to you when I talk to you. But you know how to search YouTube, Google, talk to your friends, play games online, just raggedy. Also, be mindful who you have children with, because that's another reason these kids don't have manners. A whole fucking word, Si. A whole fucking word. A whole fucking word, Si. Okay? And so I'm just saying, I've always been one, and I wish my girlfriend Doris was on here today, because she'll tell you, when me and her became friends, I didn't like her little girl. I love her daughter to this day. But when I first started hanging around her, I couldn't take it. She was whiny, you know. Certain shit just irritates me the way people are with their children. But it's not me raising the child. So, I try to mind my business, right? But I let the mama know, like, listen, I'm not coming over today because I don't want to be bothered. But as her daughter got older, yes, we grew a relationship. We love each other. And it's weird. I have another friend the same way. Me and her two kids used to clash at it, right? But I love them motherfuckers as they got older, right? Because I never understood. Everybody raises their children differently. And her kids had a habit of interrupting a conversation in the middle of a conversation. I used to be like, yo, did you just interrupt us? And they used to be big kids, like 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm like, yo, did you just interrupt us? And they'll be like, but I got something to say. And I'm like, what? And the mother will be like, oh, okay, baby, what do you have to say? And I'm like, huh? I couldn't take it. And she let me know, listen, I raised my kids different than you did. And I was like, you right. You right. There ain't no manual that come with raising kids, but manners though, I feel like manners is one of those universal things. No matter how you raise your kids, manners should be present. Do y'all agree or disagree? Or maybe manners looks different to everybody else. I don't the fuck know. But I feel like manners is universal. I don't give a fuck how loose you raise your kids or whatever the fuck may be. Simple yes, please, thank you, excuse me, is universal. Well, that part aside, how could you have manners without consistency and structure? That part, okay, Theo, because I know I'm not bugging. I feel like manners is universal no matter where I go. That's like one of those things that no matter what country I land in, excuse me is understood in English and in Spanish and in any other fucking Chinese or any other language, right? It's universal. Excuse me. Thank you. Please. I feel like everybody everywhere understands these simple, basic languages. Thank you, Lola. There ain't no reason for it to be absent. And so when I say people do better with manners, adults too, because children turn into adults, y'all. And I have had some adults that I have done stuff for and they don't say thank you. And I'll be like, did you say thank you? You all 50 and shit. And I got to tell you to say thank you. And then they look at me and go, well, I mean, thank you. No, don't fucking put this on me and be like, I mean, thank you. No, I don't. No, I don't. And some people think that I tell them to say thank you because I want to be honored in something that I did. No, it's simple pleasantry. It's manners. It has nothing to do with me feeling good about something I did for you. But if I do something for you, motherfuck that. Say thank you. Deb said, I would like to believe manners are universal, but with this generation raw, I don't know. But then again, these kids I work with really haven't been taught. Foster care is failing these kids. That's why people like you that are in these children's lives in foster care is important, right? Because believe it or not, I want to believe that if you exercise manners with these children that are in foster care, some of these children are going to take that with them wherever they go, right? People are always watching, just like the ones that ask me where I get my swimsuits from that don't like none of my other posts. People are always watching. So carry yourself in a mannerly way in the presence of those foster children. And some of them will catch on and some of them might not. So I agree with that. But even as an adult, at what point as an adult do we teach ourselves manners, right? Because we can't consistently continue to blame shit on what we didn't get taught when we were a child. Because I know motherfuckers in their 50s that I be still scratching my head at like, what the fuck? Like I hold doors for people at work and motherfuckers, and I be at work, y'all. I'll tell y'all, I'm the same way I am here. I'm the same way at work. Okay, my boss constantly is calming me down. All right. If I hold the door for you at work and you walk through the door, I'll be like, excuse, did you say thank you? The fuck? I look at them just like that. Did you say thank you? The fuck? And I'll end up on a meeting with them later on that day. Fuck that. Especially don't be a whole different color from me. And I held the door for you and you ain't say thank you because now I'm like, what the fuck you think I'm your slave? See, I be going deeper places. Don't take me there. As an adult, it is your responsibility to learn fucking manners. If you did not grow up learning manners, I'm giving you a lesson right now. It is your responsibility to learn manners. So if you find yourself not saying thank you, not saying excuse me, not saying please, not saying ma'am or whatever the fuck to your elders, don't say you didn't know no fucking better after you got off this show. The fuck? It is your responsibility as an adult to do better. Some of y'all walking around here acting raggedy as fuck. Thank you, Ghost. Good morning. Thumbs up, y'all. Thumbs up. Deb said, I hear it so much. Sometimes I think it's just an excuse because at my whole ripe age, it's a lot I have learned on my own, period. At some point as an adult, you got to take responsibility and stop saying you ain't learned manners when you were young. I don't give a fuck. So I said, listen, even as an adult, I worked in law department for a major retailer, and it blew my mind when speaking to the attorneys or even the VP, and their response is, what? That shit, time to deal with that. I'm like, you motherfuckers agree up on the wild. The fuck? See, that's what I'm saying. These were the cocos, the whites. Because we talked about Caucasians earlier, side, right? I learned something new. Like we pocket all white people under the umbrella of Caucasians, but it's not true. I saw a post, and I'm going to dig a little bit more history, and a couple of people on here knew the history already, but Caucasians come from the Caucasus region of Americas, and Pat said that it borders Russia and Georgia to the south. And these people in the Caucasus regions, you know, they practice Muslim, they're aligned with the Asian culture, Middle Eastern culture. They're a whole different culture, but the whites in years and many, many, many years ago, you know, went to the Caucasus regions, and instead of just allowing the Caucasus people to have their Caucasian ethnicity or culture to themselves, for some reason, Caucasian expanded out to mean all whites, but it's not. Caucasians are different than just European whites. I learned something today. The fuck? So Caucasians probably be like, stop fucking calling Trump a Caucasian because he is not. He's white. And also, I mentioned that the Somalians in Africa don't consider themselves black. They don't consider themselves white, but they consider themselves Somalian. They said black was never nothing to them until people got to America. They don't know what black is. They go by what their culture and their tribe is. The fuck? Learn something. Val said, I agree. Learn manners. Yesterday at work, the man was walking in front of me, was going through the door. He was supposed to let me go through the door first. Common manners. Let the lady go in the door first. Oh, shit. You know, they barely hold the door for your ass these days. The fuck? Dev said, Val, I see that so much. Not going to lie. When the men do open the door, let me go through the door first, I literally be shocked. Sadly, the bar is set so low these days. That part. How are we going to set the bar higher, y'all? How are we going to set the bar higher? Go say it would have been polite of him, but he wasn't supposed to do anything at Valerie Wallace, but it is expected that a man does that. Yeah. Oh, my stomach is growling. I'm hungry. Right? So, a couple of things that we talked about today, y'all. We talked about we're in the month of July, the month of understanding. Stop stop holding on to things or trying to forget things. Try to push things, stop trying to push things to the back of your memory bank and not dealing with them, right? We have to deal with the things that are tough for us to deal with, right? That's what it says. Because it doesn't give us peace to keep pushing the shits to the back, right? And I know that because as I'm going through my healing journey, I have pushed a lot of shit to the back, but it doesn't help me. But the one thing that I have learned is once I bring it to the front and I bring it out and I start dealing with it, it gives me a sense of peace, y'all. So let's work through July, which is the month of understanding, to remind us to give ourselves more understanding. I almost feel like it's kind of like grace. You know what I'm saying? And then we went into the topic of manners. You know, why do some people get irritated when you expect them to exercise manners? Why do people get mad? Why do people get mad when you tell them that they should say please, or they should say thank you, or they should say excuse me? Why do people get an attitude about that? Why do they feel that they don't have to say these things or do these things? Where does that fucking come from? So I said, if you don't have manners, you're raggedy. That's it and that's all. Because how the fuck you don't? How you don't have manners? Val said yes, and when they do it, I thank them and tell them to have a nice day. Me too. I thank anybody that holds the door for me. I don't give a fuck what it is. Cat, dog, him, her, the fuck. Thank you. It's automatic. Even the homeless guys that hold the door open in the train stations and shit, hoping that you drop some change in their cup on the way through the door. I don't. But I say thank you. I don't give a fuck. It's automatic for me. Okay? And your average logical thinker, good morning. Val, it's the way this world is going. He was supposed to hold it. I'm raising my son to be a gentleman, but I digress. Y'all, you know, like I said, Ghost said a lot of men see women as independent as they claim to be. So that's why they don't hold the door. Equal treatment. And y'all men could sleep at night with that. And I hope you know what? And if y'all men could sleep at night with that, then so be it, right? Because it is so irritating and it makes my ass itch how men use the excuse that women are so independent so they don't have to treat us as women, right? But women are independent because they had no fucking choice. That doesn't mean that we should lose all courtesies extended to a woman because we are independent. It's like men punish us because we're independent. Men punish us because we ask for equal pay and we ask for equal rights. It's like men constantly punish women because women are independent, because a lot of us had no choice to be independent. So this is what they do. Oh, y'all are independent, so fuck y'all. Y'all can hold the door yourself. Oh, y'all are independent. You can carry your heavy ass bags yourself. Oh, y'all are independent. You can do whatever the fuck you want. So punish us because we are independent and we know how to survive independent of a man taking care of us. So because we are good at that, punish us. Don't treat us like women because many of us didn't have a man and we had to be independent. So punish us for that. Don't be polite and courteous to us because we're independent. Like what? What? Like what? These a lot of men need to unsee that shit. The fuck? Deb said at Ghost, I don't expect anything from anyone these days. You are right. No one is supposed to do anything, but I guess a part of still wish we treated each other much better with common courtesies and manners. That part. Nobody has to do shit. You right. We don't have to say thank you. We don't have to say please. We don't have to say excuse me. We don't have to say ma'am, Mr., Miss, sir. We don't have to do none of that. You could be as raggedy as you want to be. It's your choice. But damn, I certainly do miss the simple courtesies and manners of yesterday. Fuck that. Me too, Valerie. Like I tell people that I date, listen, I know I act aggressive at times and shit, but I'm a girly girl. Like once you get to know me, you gonna find out I'm a girly girl. Yes, I need that. I want that motherfucking door open. I don't give a fuck if I'm dating a man or a woman. Even if I'm dating a woman, my woman better open the door for me. I'm a girly girl. And I want to be treated as such, even though I pay my own fucking bills by myself because I don't have a choice. I'm independent. Yes, but I'm a girly girl and I still want to be treated like a lady. I don't give a fuck, man or woman. Please open my door. And yes, with the please and the excuse me's, because I'm not going to date your ass if you raggedy and don't have no fucking manners. Y'all said, let's not go there. Men lack common sense. Wait a minute. Y'all, you came for war. You came for fucking war. What time is that? I got a 10 o'clock meeting. You came for war. Holding a door is a nice gesture and apparently separates him from the rest of these men these days. That's what I'm assuming you saying. Valerie said, right. Thank you to all or whoever. I agree with that. Sai said, nah, it's the man who don't give up their seat to a pregnant woman or to the elderly for me. You see that shit on the train every day. And the men be like, well, shit. She pregnant, she not disabled. I be like, what? More women get up and let the men sit the fuck down. And let the women sit the fuck down over the men. I remember when I was pregnant, and I used to get on the train at Dyer Avenue, the 5 train. So it was the first stop I always got a seat. But because I was throwing the fuck up every 5 seconds, I would have to end up getting off the train at some stop to throw the fuck up and then get back on. And when I got back on, there was no seat. And I would be holding on to the handle with my head dripping sweat. Pregnant. The motherfucker sitting underneath me, he didn't care. His clothes and shit caught every drop of my sweat. He was not getting up, but he wore my DNA. I hung on that handlebar like this until I finally got to Grand Central. I'm just the fuck saying. Okay. Cheryl Lee said a gender war or a conflict doesn't have anything to do with demonstrating common manners. Thank you, Cheryl. Robert said, right. The term has become synonymous with all white Europeans that we regard as white and Western. Right. But they're not Caucasian. These poor Caucasian people be like, leave us the fuck alone. We ain't them. Robert says civilizations, many Georgians, Armenians, Kazakhstanis have Farsi or Arabic and Slavic blend names. Wow, Robert, come on here with the education. I need to do some research because I learned something new. Go said equal rights goes across the board. Can't pick and choose what you want to be independent with. I expect that response from a guy. Of course I do. Right? Because men don't feel we should be equal. So, of course, they're going to make women suffer because we ask for equal rights, which is a whole separate issue than treating us like a lady. Equal rights is over here. Treating us like a lady and having common manners is over here. But a lot of men will marry them together as an excuse not to do right by women right? Because we ask to be treated fairly. So because we ask to be treated fairly, there's going to be a population of men that ride that coattail and say, well, then you don't deserve to be treated other than, right? And so what they're essentially saying is, we're going to treat you like whatever because you asked for equal rights. Well, damn, men, that's what loving up on your women look like. We ask for independence, to be able to work next to our men, to be able to get paid the same amount of money as our men, to be able to be accepted in society. That did not mean we asked to be treated less than women. What the fuck? Good morning, Rochelle. And men be like, y'all women, I was not the fuck on the suffrage line. And you know, the one thing, you know, people irritate my ass when they clump everybody in. Women, men. It's not everybody. I wasn't on the women's suffrage line. I didn't ask for these equal rights, right? I didn't ask for these men to show up in my life and not be able to pay 100% of the rent. I didn't ask for these men to not be able to even pay 50%. I got to pay 60%, or I got to pay 70% of the bills. And then the men want to yell at me because I'm independent and feel that I need to be treated less than because I can support us. It's fucked up how some of y'all men marry two separate things together. Deb said, so you just being a spokesperson today, Ghost, because in real life, your butt open the door and carry stuff and do all the common courtesies. You know, I know. Maybe he's speaking about his friends. Pat said, if you go to Bermuda, you will be impressed with the people's manners, especially the children. It's so refreshing. They are very mannerly in Bermuda. They are. Deb said, Pat, let me book a plane ticket now because I would love to see that. Deb, they are very mannerly in Bermuda. And before you rush and book a plane ticket to Bermuda, you might want to go there by cruise because Bermuda is expensive as fuck. I've never flown to Bermuda and stayed. It's expensive as fuck. I don't think they have all-inclusive resorts there yet, but Pat goes all the time. So I don't know. Ghost said, I do, Deb. I'm saying what men think and how they feel. Don't mean I act them all out. My mother didn't raise me not to open the door for a woman or hold the door. And that's what we're talking about. Right? So I said, at Ghost, I reciprocate. So not all women are out here not providing what we're asking to be done. And you can't even say most because you don't know most. Just say some. Say some, because I be arguing with motherfuckers all the time that think that they met most of the women in the world, and you have not. Because you didn't know me until you met me. Just saying. Okay? Deb said, I got bills. I know that's right. I don't get upset, Ghost, when a man don't hold the door for me either. That's what I'm saying. Everything is not all women, right? But I do get upset if I hold the door and the motherfucker don't say thank you. Whether I've held doors for men to walk through. I don't give a fuck who you are or what you are. If I'm holding the door, go the fuck on through. But say thank you. That's my only point. I'm not here to dispute whether men should be opening doors for women. Do what the fuck you want. Live within your own mannerly space. You know whether you got manners or not. Okay? I'm just saying. And with that, y'all, I got to move to closure of the show because I got 15 minutes to prepare for a meeting with my boss. And so I got to get my head right. But listen, y'all, Cancun Summer Soiree, we are 37 days away from the summer soiree. And so I want to say, get y'all shit together. Okay, get y'all shit together. All right, I'm going to be putting together the gift bags, my suitcase. If I turn my monitor around, y'all will see my suitcase right on the floor. I'm throwing little items in there as I come across stuff. I did laundry, washing a bunch of my summer clothes that's been sitting in the bin. I did that over the weekend. I went through some purging. I got 4 big black garbage bags that I need to take to Goodwill. And that's only the 4 big garbage bags that I did was just from my bedroom closet. I still got to go through my dressers. and I still got to go through two more closets, right? And so Goodwill is going to get a bunch of shit from me. I threw out every pair of boots I had, all of my boots gone. I didn't give a fuck how much I paid. I just can't be bothered. I gave them all my 6-inch heels gone because I don't fucking wear the shits. Gone. Okay. I'm getting it together. Packages daily being delivered. I know that's right. I know I just got a package delivered yesterday. I ordered additional bathing suits yesterday, so I should be getting those in the next couple of days, hopefully. Like I said, I'm gonna be in bathing suits, so I need, like, how many days we gonna be there? 5 days, 4 nights. So what? About 8 bathing suits? I know that don't make no fucking sense. I said 8 bathing suits. We only gonna be there 5 days. What the fuck? But in case I change my bathing suit, for the second part of the day, cause the fuck, I don't know. How many bathing suits are y'all bringing? Well, the 4th is tomorrow. Somebody FaceTime from the trip. Well, we will. We're gonna go live. We're gonna be on Coffee with Friends. We're gonna do all that. You will absolutely have the best time, Deb, in Cancun. We're a fun crowd. You're going to have the best time. You know me. Anybody that's hung out with me knows that I bring energy. I do. I hug everybody. I bring energy. I'm all with the love and the energy and the loudness. I'm very loud. I jump around a lot. I don't give a fuck. I dance up on strangers. I do shit. All right? You're going to have a really good time. It's okay, Sai. Okay, so Valerie is bringing about 6 bathing suits. All right. Listen, Sai, you're going to have to make one of my trips your birthday trip. What the fuck? Like, invite your birthday peeps. I don't know the fuck. Exactly, Sai. Rubbing up on all the fucking strangers. The strangers, listen. It's going to be good. Maybe 7. You see how you creeping, Val? I said I'm bringing 8 bathing suits. You see how you creeping? Because listen, you throw a cover up over one of them bathing suits and some flip-flops, you go to dinner. I'm not fucking around. When y'all see me, I'm going to be in bathing suits most of the time. Even eating my food in dinner, it'll be like a nice throw over cover up. I'm on vacation. See, I had to learn to stop dressing the fuck up on vacation. I'm not doing it. Okay? Okay, Val, I got colorful bathing suits because I got some black in there too. I got a couple of blacks, but I had to get with the colors because, I got to bring out the colors. Green and orange are my favorite colors. So y'all going to be seeing, a lot of green and a lot of orange. That's just my shit. But I love y'all. So today, again, we talked about July being the month of understanding. Don't push shit in the background. You going through shit. Shit is going on in your life. Don't keep pushing it to the back. Learn to deal with it. I know it's hard. I got a lot of shit that I keep pushing to the back, but it don't give us peace, y'all. Okay? It don't give us peace. And then we talked about manners. How do we learn manners? Why do people get fucking irritated when you ask them to exercise manners? All right? That's what we talked about today. Everybody is not going to agree, but if you don't have manners, I probably am not going to hang with you because, like Sai said, your ass is just raggedy. The fuck? Oh, that part, Aquanda. Right. See, that's what's going to fuck up my suitcase. So I might have to travel. I might have to wear. No, I never like to wear my sneakers when I'm flying because I hate to take them off. I always wear my Crocs when I'm flying. I might have to pack my sneakers and my workout clothes because Aquanda wants to take workout classes and I love it. Right. And so being that we do have a portion of fit friends, hashtag fit friends that we march to, even though we don't talk about it on the show, we need to carry some workout clothes. So guys, bring about 3 workout outfits. The fuck, we're going to get up in the morning, try to do some yoga or do like a cardio class. I don't know, water aerobics, whatever the fuck they offer. Let's try to do some kind of exercises. All right. Okay, you're wearing your sneakers to fly. Okay, Val, that's smart. I wear my Crocs to slip them on and off. I just have to pack my sneakers. Um, but yeah, wear your sneakers and shit. But do we need sneakers? Because am I gonna be taking them? Because yoga you do barefoot, right? Aquatic class you do with your water socks. Am I gonna really be doing anything that needs sneakers? I don't know if I'm gonna be doing an aerobic class that needs sneakers. I'm gonna think about that shit. But anyway, y'all, I got to go because I got a 10 o'clock meeting. So I'm gonna send y'all out on some positive vibes. Make sure y'all give me the thumbs up on your way out. All right. And make sure you get this lesson. Hey, how many more days y'all got to pay for this fucking trip? Get y'all payments in, boo. All right. I'm going to work on my agenda between today and tomorrow and get it over to Travel Joy because that will be included in your electronic link for your itinerary. You will have the itinerary for Coffee with Friends as well. All right. Yes, Valerie. Thank you for reminding me. I still need my sneakers for the ATV, so I'll bring my sneakers. You are absolutely right. Okay, I'm gonna bring my Brooks Brothers sneakers, not Brooks Brothers, but my Brooks running sneakers because they're light. I'll bring those. Okay, Val, you got one more payment? Yes. Did Knowledge get his done? Knowledge just dropped a whole big lump sum of money on his last week, so I think he's paying the rest this week. Yeah, so goes out there. Knowledge is good. And also, he downgraded his room. Because I was like, damn, Knowledge balling. He got that fucking elite club room by himself. He going to be up there with me and Angel. But he downgraded his room because he's going by himself, which makes sense. I almost did the same thing, but I was already hyped up about the elite room. So I'm just going. I'm going to be eating peanut butter and jelly for the rest of the fucking summer. Right? On top of that, I'm going to see Theo when I come back. And on top of that, I want to go on a quick cruise with my mama somewhere. And on top of that, I've been having light talk about trying to go to Colombia around November. So what the fuck? I'm going to have to sell some ass. Knowledge is Dalton, Aquanda. Yep, Ghost. If you were coming, he would have kept that room because, yeah, but you ain't coming. The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? Okay, Knowledge is Dalton from the Motorcycle Club. But guys, I got to go. I got 9 minutes before my meeting and I got to be ready because it's with my boss. So I'm going to send y'all out with positive vibes. I love y'all. Always move with love first. Come back. Oh, am I going to do my show tomorrow? July 4th? Maybe. Most likely. Why the fuck not? Is tomorrow Tuesday? Because, Sai, you asked me what I'm doing on Wednesday. Am I off on Wednesday? Do I need to take Wednesday off? Are you off on Wednesday? Because tomorrow is Tuesday. I'm off tomorrow. I need to text you, Sai, because I got to understand what's going on so I can be prepared because I don't the fuck. But have a beautiful day, y'all. Let me send y'all out with these vibes because you know what I say. No matter how low.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
Yep.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
I still go. This is Coffee with Friends, and I'm good to Evo. Come back here tomorrow. Unpack your shit. All right? I don't know what the topic is going to be, but July is a month of understanding. And with that, y'all, get this message on the way out. Peace and love. Love for now.
I've been doing shit my way.
On the highway. What?
In the driveway is a nice range. Cause the grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta put the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief.
Hey.
They see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy.
Come on.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I
Go, 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 go.